Okay, guys, today is the 1st of April 2026. Now, I remember in our younger days, when it comes to 1st of April, we make a lot of practical joke on one another. But I kind of realized that the last 10 years, it doesn't seem to happen. So I was wondering, is it because I'm getting older? My friends are getting older, so we don't do that? Or because the world has stopped talking about 1st of April? In fact, you see 1st of April joke around, but today I scan my Facebook, I don't see anyone talking about 1st of April. It seems to be like another day. Now, the thing is this, today is a very important day because we are going to launch this CRAZII EA robot, not in terms of letting you register, but it's for you to take a look at how things will happen, how it works and everything. So this will be done at 8 p.m. Singapore time, 8 p.m. So people who come on board, who listen today, okay, you will be the first people to try it out, okay, if you decide to go for it. So because we need to do a few test run, and of course we do know that we do expect technicality issue to happen along the way. So the official date that the CRAZII robot will be available for people to use will be on 13th of April. So today is for you to look at it, understand the mechanism, what is it you're used for, and then you will decide to be part of the test trial. Then if you really like it, and then of course you make money from it, then on 13th of April, we will officially have it for the entire world itself. So today is going to be an important day for everybody at 8 p.m. Singapore time. It's a Zoom session, so it will be in English. For the subtitles, you need to wait for the next day to watch it, all right? Okay, so remember, 8 p.m. We'll remind you through the different group chats later in the announcement group, okay? All right, so this is something to take note of. And of course, CRAZII Global Market Talk with KEL, CRAZII anytime, anywhere. And of course, right now, we have seen 4651. On the 26th of March, we gave a call to say that gold will likely hit 4651 within a week. And indeed, 5 trading days later, bang, we got it. So once again, it has proven that our system itself have a very incredible way to help our user. Now, as long as you follow the rules, you basically do your risk management, the rest is pretty easy. So congratulations to those who have made money. Please send your this winning to the different group chats for us to give you some entitlement, yeah? All right, disclaimer apply as usual. Do understand this. My job is to give you the view of the market. Eventually, you still have to use your own judgment, your own risk management to trade. Now, of course, there are people who ask this question normally, KEL, I follow your buy call on gold, but why I lose money and why you make money? What's the difference between us? Now, I think the biggest difference is because of how we set the risk management and expectation. So I'll go through that later, yeah? Okay, so now let's talk about the fundamental first. Let's hope everything goes well. Fundamental, let's take a look. Okay, now the Dow surged 1,100 points last night as S&P posted the best day since May as hopes grow, May last year, yeah? Okay, as hope grow for the end of Iran war. Now, I already told you yesterday in the morning, there's a very high chance the Iran war will be ending soon. And I told you that early in the morning, and I told you that we were buying the Dow Jones, we were buying the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, blah, blah, blah. We tell you that, and it really happened. So what makes us so confident is because the big boys. The big boys are the ones that move the market. So yes, indeed, everybody was expecting the war to continue, right? That's what you see globally. But the boys were buying S&P, buying the NASDAQ, buying gold before it rallied. So that means the boys are already coordinately, they know that what to do. And for our job as a trader, just follow through. We don't need to think so much. Now, I'm sad to say this for myself. I'm in the market for 26 years. I traded enough times to cover, probably everybody's trade here. So my question is this, okay? Why I realized that there's no way to fight the boys. If the boys want to buy above OP, no matter what the fundamental is, they'll still buy up. If they want to sell below OP, no matter what fundamental you have, they'll go down. True? Agree? If those agree, press number 1 right now in the comment box, all right? Now, this is a very important exercise because I want you to understand this, is that after 26 years, I really realized that this is really impossible to fight. Because look at what Donald Trump did, okay? Now, before the what they call the so-called disarmament, right? 15 minutes beforehand, you saw millions of dollar bet was betting that there will be a possibility of ceasefire in Iran. And immediately, 15 minutes later, Donald Trump come in and he said something and the market just literally rallied. So you can understand how this thing works. I'm pretty sure that the 15 minutes window is on purpose, all right? So this one, I'll leave it to you. But Donald Trump said US will leave Iran in 2 to 3 weeks' time. I think he will, because he knows that this firing, this bombardment itself is going to bring him to nowhere. And people getting upset with it. And also at the same time right now, Donald Trump is to address the nation on the Iran war tonight. Okay, tonight he will be addressing. So very, very high chance the market will buy in anticipation for this itself. So if Donald Trump says that let's end the war early, then that means that there's a high chance the oil price will pull back, and of course, gold price and indices will go back up again. But remember, if he changes his mind and do the opposite again, by example, by addressing the nation that we are going back home soon, and on the other side, he gives a surprise attack and he bomb more Iran oil factory or facility, then again, the whole thing will just repeat, all right? So just take note of that. Follow the OP rule. You should be fine, all right? So let's take a look at what happened overnight. Why the Dow such 1,100 points? Now, recently, 1,000 points for the Dow Jones is really nothing, because it's like only like less than a percentage, right? So it's really, I mean, about nearly 2%. So it's nothing really much itself, yeah? Okay, so the Dow up at 1.12%, 2.49%. And basically, you can see that the only way for this to end is for US to just retreat in a way. So Donald Trump says that he's willing to end the military hostility in the Middle East. And basically, he also believes that it will end soon by the New York Post. And of course, technology side, we saw that a lot of people saying that now the tech shares are very cheap, very worth it. So people buy on cheapness. I think it's fair enough. Okay, like Microsoft, Amazon, they are all pretty cheap in compared to the last few weeks, all right? So the bottom line is this: are we out of the problem? Well, I will say this yesterday, right? Yesterday I told you before, the market will likely bottom out from now, okay, until maybe 1 or 2 weeks' time. Then maybe please be very careful. By the mid of April, that is where things will likely turn again. Now, all these things you may say, how you know? Well, basically based on the graphical movement and the algorithm of the market, is likely somewhere around there. And I did tell you that I will give you the reason this weekend through a Zoom session to tell you how to predict or how to expect to see the market the next 6 months. All right, pretty interesting stuff. Okay, so with that, let's look at the Fed fund rate right now. We're 28 days away from the next Federal Reserve meeting, and you can see very, very securely that now market is really not expecting a cut in the near term, okay? In the near term right now, that's happening in 29th of April. The current rate is 3.5, 3.75. The market is actually looking at the same number of 98.4. Now, the thing is this: it was slightly higher yesterday, about 2 to 3%, expecting a rate cut. Expecting a rate hike. Sorry, my bad. So they were expecting a rate hike, but that was the day before Donald Trump come in and say this. So now, with Donald Trump saying that there's a good chance to be leaving Iran, so now this thing is getting no longer existent. So that's why I believe that a rate halt will be expected for April. And then we will have the new chairman coming in next month. And based on the current numbers right now, on the 17th June, the market is expected to also hold rate, all right? Is expected to hold rate, although there's a little small chance of a rate cut since the new Fed chairman, but I don't think so. I believe in this number. So there's a very high chance there will be no rate cut the next 2 months. But of course, you may say, Kel, with the next no rate cut next 2 months, will go up. Well, I think it will, because as I say, there's nothing there. The market stay focused. Then the market start to really look what they're supposed to do. Eventually, gold will still be a buy, because we all know that US have the only way to get out of their problem is to print the US dollar in the later part. So in my belief, I believe that this time around they bring the dollar up is to give the space for the dollar to come back down again. And if that happens, the gold price will go to a good high level. All right, so today we have some economic data. We have the ADP, non-farm employment change. Now, ADP is the private sector, so we do expect the private sector to be slightly lower. Now, the last time we saw was 63,000, and this time around the forecast is 41,000. It's a very low number. I mean, we're talking about this job scope. Usually it's 100 to 200,000. To have it below 50,000 is a very clear sign that the US economy is not doing that well. But of course, the retail sale is expected to be higher than the previous time. Now, US inventories, this US crude inventories is going to be interesting. We have a very big surplus last month, and now we are expecting a negative. Well, If this negative is to come in, the crude oil price will likely also be hit, and of course, crude oil price is expected to go higher. All right, so all these are coming in on the fundamental side. Okay, all right, good. This morning, we have 43 people online. Thanks, that's quite a good number. Okay, so one thing to note, I told you guys about the fear and greed index. Now, last week, I didn't have a chance to flip it to the other side, apology. But I told you guys when it was 10, remember it was 10, right? A couple of days ago, I say it's a good time to buy, all right? And you can see that based on the timeline, you can see that the last time the good or the best of the best was back in 21st November last year at 6. And after that, the market rallied all the way. The last time we saw this again was in April the 7th. It was at 4. So this time around, the lowest it went, I think, was only 10. So it's really not the type of wow, oversold, but it's good enough because if you compare to the past, it's still considered a good level for the market to buy something. Okay, so maybe we can look for good stuff to buy, good companies to buy for a short-term recovery rally. So you can see right now the market momentum is below the moving average, and it's a good chance the market may try to tap back again to 63.40 level. The price, stock price strength has fallen quite a fair bit, and it's slightly below what happened on 24th November. So maybe we'll see a bit of technical rebound pretty soon. Stock price breadth is at a low level. So same thing again, I suspect the market will rebound in the near term. The put and call options down at a high level, which usually means that a lot of people are buying the puts right now. And when that happens, the market will usually do the opposite. And the volatility index has pulled back a little bit, followed by the safe haven demand too. And last but not least, the junk bond demand is increasing because people are getting worried of the current situation of the US bond market. All right. So all these are things that you can consider to take a look. But of course, the main thing is this dollar index chart. Now, I told you that if the dollar index chart do start to come down, which is something I expected, you can see the gold price reacting. So very clearly, when the dollar actually pulled down a little bit, gold price recover. So I believe the dollar will come back to 96.50 again. And that means that the market has to drop from a 99.80, drop all the way to 96.50. Now, this is going to be a 330 pip spread downwards. So what will happen to gold? Gold will go back up again to 5,200. So I repeat myself, if the US dollar is dropped back to 96.50, where the current price right now is 99.80, then what we will see is that the gold price will go back to 5,200. Now, where the gold price is now, 4,691, right? So I suspect that this will happen in the coming weeks, not tomorrow, but the coming weeks itself. I believe the dollar will pull back, and then that will propel the US dollar gold to go higher. Okay, all clear? If all clear, press number 2 right now. Now, I want to keep it very interactive so that you're going to get bored. Now, some of you say that, KEL, your voice is so melodic. I fell asleep when hearing you. I say, oh, okay. I'm not sure it's good or bad. Okay. All right. Now, the thing is this. This is the gold chart. This is a gold cash market on trading view. And I told you guys the last time we saw something crazy like this was back when the RSI was at near the 30 mark. And we have this, correct? So now where are we? We have the similar 30 mark here as well. And how did the market respond? Pretty good. So you can see that the market really bottomed out a couple of days ago and now is coming up again. So how high will it be going, right? I'll share you very shortly, but it should be the next key level at 48 plus level. Yeah, 48 plus. All right. Okay, I think the timer has just went wrong. Okay, never mind. I just try to remember. Now, the S&P 500, I was actually expecting it to come down a bit more before it can go up, but it's kind of expected for it to do this wave. So what I suspect now, everyone, let me just show you. Okay. So this is the highest level, this is the lowest level. So we did a very simple FIBO. Now, FIBO is not inside, okay? It's not inside this indicator for CRAZII, yeah? But just for sharing purposes, I can just share this with you. And then we see how it goes, okay? Okay, so this is the Fibonacci chart whereby you can see that the market from the highest point to the lowest point in the Fibo, and where it's going to likely be heading, it should be heading somewhere around here at 38.2 or 6,576, around there, yeah? So I suspect that the S&P 500 may need to retest this number, 6,576, and then after that, hit a form of resistance before coming back down again. This is my personal view on the S&P 500. So I do expect a recovery, but I don't think this recovery is going to recover all the way to the sky. As a matter of fact, it's going to be like this, or the most like this, before coming back down again. Because I believe that there should be some selling in the second part of the second phase of the mid-April. I believe that from mid-April, there is a very high chance the market will pull back from mid of April. So traders, kindly take note of this. You can take a picture of that. I will give you more indication this weekend where we have the special Zoom session. Yeah, okay. All right. So that is the cash market via this sharing. Okay. So now let's just try and see my indicator is working or not. Okay. I'm not too sure the price is moving, seemingly like gem. Oh dear. Okay. Gosh, this is bad. I'm sitting right in front of my Wi-Fi, but it seems to be pretty down. Yeah. Now I think it's lower now. The price is even lower than that's 4,691. Okay, so I want to look at the 5-minute chart. I do the day chart for you, yeah, just to get an idea of it. If I can even click it. Oh dear. This is bad. Okay, I'm not allowed to click on this. Let me just change the 3G. Just everybody hang on, do not leave your screen. I just need to change my Wi-Fi to 3G. Okay. Just hang on, yeah. Just don't leave the screen, yeah. Just stay on, yeah. Okay, I'm back. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Okay. Okay, we just let the MT4 restart for a while first before we move to touch the screen. You can see, okay, just hang on a while. Okay. All right. Still no connection at the moment. Still not able. Let me click on this. Just hang on, everyone. I'm doing my best, whatever I can. All right. If not, then we'll do a 2-part series again. That means I will do the technical chart and post it through Disha to send to all of you. Yeah. Because there's nothing I can do right now if the connectivity is not there. It's quite periodic. Yesterday was okay, today is bad. Okay, seems working. Let's try now. Okay, okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, seemingly okay. Let's try. You see my screen jump up again. Okay, let's try. Yeah, let's try. Okay. Okay, guys, so this is what you saw yesterday. Now, yesterday, when the gold was trading somewhere around here, I told everyone here, you all can see my chart, right? Can see my chart? Can you see my chart? Hello, can you see my chat? Yeah, okay, thanks, Vicky. All right, so the thing is this, when the market was here yesterday, okay, when it was here yesterday, all right, I gave a view. I said that the market will likely be testing 4,651. Now, I didn't give a specific date. I say within this week. And wow, in a single day, 4,651 was traded because the KCB is here. Okay, so this is where you can see how confident we are day to day. All right, day to day, we know exactly what the market could be doing, so we take a bet. All right, so now the bet is in. We have taken profit. Congratulations. Now, what is the second one? Now, if you notice, the market closed above 4651. So this is a very good sign for the bull market because that means the market is going to chase for the second nearest KCB. Now, the nearest KCB that's nearby is this guy here. At this price, the opening price 4825. Wow, 4825. That means that it's a big whole number of different, yeah? 4825. Now, 4825 is the level that gold can go in the next few days. Now, I don't think it'll hit within today, but if it happens, it's not going to be, now it's possible because if the market can come down so much in a single day, then mathematically it can go up by this much in a single day. So of course, it's just like I rather want to play it safe. I rather stay above OP. I'm a buyer. I will use the trending methodology to trend the market up. So if the market is not trending upward now, I will just stop trading on the buy side. I let the market when it goes sideways until they are ready. Then when it starts to change itself towards an uptrend buying movement, then we will go in again. So now the thing is this, from the chart view right now, okay, the next target that it should be going is 4825. Okay, guys, write it down. I don't know when it will hit. Don't ask me the question like that. If I know when it will hit, I will go all in. Okay. So I already know that based on the numbers and statistics, the chance of going to 4825 it is there. Just that you need to be patient. You don't expect it to like go there immediately. Yeah, that's not how things works here. Okay. All right. So 4825 is the next target for gold. Okay. Now for today, let's just study the chart for today. Now today we have a CCRY on the day chart. CCRY. CCRY means from red turns to yellow. So when red turns to yellow, you will see that if the KSI is green, the KCL is there. KCL today is 4566, which is very near to the opening price. So this morning, when the market stays above KCL, above OP, it was a buy for gold. And because the KSI is green, it's a buy for gold. And because the KCX is black, it's a buy for gold. So this few reasons was why this morning when we look at the gold market, we buy above OP and we make money, right? So that is how the EA will do it for all of us. It will follow exactly what it's supposed to do and then exit for us, and then that's where you stop trading. Right. We kind of realized that after 2 months of testing, it's better not to trade after a certain period of time. So tonight at 8 p.m., I will tell you what to take note of. Okay. All right. So of course, now the gold is going to go up. It has went up a little bit. We have the stack diamond that is over here. So we put a line there. Now, stack diamond and the KCL line, they share the same parameter, which is the closing price. So today is a stack diamond plus a KCL combination. And usually this is a very strong combo. So this morning, that's why the market just shoot up because of the strong combo. But you mustn't forget there will be profit taking in the market because the market has came down quite a fair bit. So there will be people trying their best to throw down the gold market because they don't have the KSI, they don't have the KCX, so they will just anyhow whack or come in and then make a lot of disturbance to the market. So do your risk management, the rest should be easy. Okay, so that is the gold chart. So if the gold chart goes up instead, then you'll see the next target will be the 4875 earlier, and also this one MA30 at 3781. Okay, so guys, watch out for all these numbers. They should be very, very important to all of you today. Okay, so let's look at the Dow Jones. Now the Dow Jones, we have a very strong rally yesterday. We have a turnaround and we have the market going above the OP, and we have now the what do you call the Dow Jones is going to test new water. Likely it will test this guy. This guy is the MA30 at 46,678. So if this guy get touch, bridge pass, and close above the MA30, then there's a very high chance we'll see the MA30 200. Now that is 47,600, which was 1,300 points for where we are. Now, I don't think it will happen a single day again, but we just need to take note of these numbers. So next time we can actually trade with this, yeah? Okay, all right. So that is the Dow Jones for us. And last but not least is the crude oil. Now, crude oil, I say, guys, crude oil long-term is up. Short-term is down because if this Donald Trump, he basically leaves Iran, then the oil thingy will basically subside. All right, so I think that's the reason why Donald Trump wants to end the war ASAP, because there's definitely a lot of heat back home regarding about his high cost of living, and people are very unhappy what's happening now in Iran. Okay, but we cannot deny that if it's above OP, that means the boys are still buying. So today's OP, as you can see, is 102.50. All right. So the target we are looking at for today, if oil price continue to rally, will be 107.92. I repeat, 107.92, because this is the KCB. So if you think that it's better to, there you go, we can try. Now the MLP will be the main resistance. If the market breaks the MLP, definitely there's going to be a strong buy for the crude oil market. Yeah. So traders, you just need to watch out for all these key numbers, because the KSI at the moment now is still pretty positive at this moment. Okay. All right. So that is the crude oil. So let's see the 5-minute chart on gold right now. Let me explain to you how this morning you traded. Now this morning above OP was a buy, right? Now where's the first thing that tell me it's a strong buy was because of this diamond, the 4 diamond, and then we placed a line across it. That's the first thing. The second thing and the most important thing I saw was this. The market purposely 3 times in a row tap, touch the OP, and then recovered with a strong yellow candle with the KSI green. Now this gives me a very strong feel that I know that the gold price is going to go up, because we said this before, OP is a big boy price, and the big boys purposely tap 3 times. 3 times try to go below OP, 3 times it failed to go below OP, 3 times it rebounded with a yellow candle. That was where you notice that. And the red cluster, you can see the closing on the red cluster is getting higher than the previous one. Hence, therefore, this is a very strong buy in the market, and that's where the price go all the way to the sky. So now why is gold coming down? Because if you look carefully now, the closing of the yellow and the yellow now is lowering. Hence, therefore, any red candle, it will be a sell. So guys, this is actually available in CRAZII EA3. Yes, EA3 will do this for you. That is why I say I'm very excited to share this with you. You don't need to look at the market anymore. As long as the EA trade for you, you just have to follow through. That's something interesting. So tonight at 8 p.m., I will be sharing this with you. So do not go away. Now the session is about 45 minutes long. It could be even earlier, faster if anybody, there's no more question. Okay, remember, today is just a prelude, a preview of the CRAZII EA. No registration is needed, but if you want to try it, right, you need to come online today and hear me out, and then you'll be put in a separate group to try it out. Okay, try, of course, there's always a potential of losses. So if you are comfortable with it, then you do that. If you're not, then just leave it alone. Wait for 13th of April. Okay, that will be all for today's sharing. I hope you loved today's sharing. I'm pretty sure you enjoyed it. This is KEL signing off. Take care, and I'll see you at 8 o'clock later. Bye-bye.